Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about portable electric vehicles. I already had a video about electric unicycles. It was like a generic video explaining what it is, and today I'm going to actually talk a little bit more about electric unicycles or electric wheels or whatever you call them, because arguably this is the future of transportation and this is probably the best thing that I've ever tried to ride. So in particular today video is going to be about a veteran Sherman, which is one of the best performing and safest and overall the best wheels on the market right now, which I bought and received about a couple of weeks ago. So this review is not going to be one day or unboxing review or anything like that. It's going to be like a full scope of my thoughts after I've been riding this wheel for about 3 weeks already. So let's start it from receiving the parcel because it was exciting. It's heavy. And here is a quick unboxing of the veteran Sherman. Literally there is nothing interesting here. If you ever unboxed any Chinese electronics, you would know what to expect here. Some carton boxes and the device itself. Oh my god! These pedals are beautiful. And this is supposed to be a fixed version with a new rim. The previous batch had some problems with the rim and tire placement. Right now they had, well, at least I will check, they had to fix it. So this is the first test of carrying it around. And it is surprisingly doable for a 77 pounds wheel. At least having the sidebars helps a lot to carry this weight. The first thing I need to do here is to turn off the transportation mode by plugging the wheel to a charger. For this wheel, this simple procedure is equal to unlocking. After that, you can start using it. So initially it's a great looking wheel. My plan right now is pretty simple. I will take it outside, I will try to ride it. Well, I will try, I will ride it. And I will give you my conclusions about the wheel. Briefly, it's a great looking wheel. It feels solid, it's not squeaky or anything, so it's like a solid, big, like heavy duty wheel if you prefer the term. It feels that it's impossible to break it if you just ride it normally. Sure, you can break everything, I know you guys, but I mean, like, this wheel is kind of sturdy. I'm really happy with the quality after the brief looking at it and unboxing. So let's take it outside. It feels a little bit less zippy than Nikola Plus when you start, but when you start going, it is so good. It feels so powerful. Yeah. So, man, this wheel is something. This wheel feels pretty nimble and maneuverable at low speed. Just understand me right, okay? It's not as nimble as smaller wheels, but it is significantly more nimble than wheels of a comparable size, such as Kingston 18XL, which I love and which along with Godway MSX was a golden standard at the time. The slow speed turns are effortless, and I would compare it with my previous Nikola 100 volt, which for the record has a 16-inch tire when veteran Sherman has 20-inch. When you control it at a lower speed, it feels like a smaller wheel somehow, and when you ride it fast, it feels as stable as a big and stable high-speed wheel. At speed, it feels very stable and safe. It keeps itself upright, and pedals are very convenient and responsive, making this wheel easy to maneuver and ride. I'm using a soft satin, by the way. It also feels pretty good on not an ideal asphalt and such.
Some kids. Yeah, so when you have potholes like these ones, not the biggest ones, but you still can feel some wobbles, and it's like pretty normal, I would say. Any wheel would wobble. You need to understand how to compensate with your feet, because you control your wheel with your feet, and yeah, it should be pretty good. Also, another cool thing to mention that If you go on a gravel on this wheel, it just even poop there. It feels just, you know, as good as an asphalt. Yeah. Very good. I still hate gravel. Yeah, I still hate it. Fuck shit, I prefer asphalt for sure.
So my next ride was for the range, and it was not the full range test, it was kind of a brief range test, not from 100% down to 0, it was more like to see the capacity of the wheel, and I was impressed. So my main conclusion about the veteran Sherman is that an amazing wheel, and considering my weight and height, for me, maneuverability feels no different than smaller wheels that I've tried before, which is amazing. You can easily maneuver between people on sub-walking speeds very slow, as you can see here, and it's actually very impressive what it can do and how controllable this thing is. If you compare it to a bicycle, it definitely wins in maneuverability in this case. The biggest advantage of this wheel is its range and speed. Just look at it, the official numbers are kind of crazy. Let's start with the speed, which is important, but mostly for safety and not to go full send on these things. The official top speed is 70 km per hour, which some people pushing up to 80. It is definitely not my case, as I prefer longer rides and I'm more of a chilling on the wheel person. But at the same time, you have all that acceleration that you get from electric vehicles, and if you need to accelerate, you have a lot of speed available right away. Also, speed is a safe gap for a vehicle that relies on electronics to safely balance it. And knowing that you ride, for example, at 50 km per hour, and you have another 20 or 30 km to not overload the controller of the wheel or overpower the motor. The official range is 160 kilometers, with a 165-pound rider going at 25 kilometers per hour. My weight is 260 pounds, and I'm pretty tall at 6 feet 6, and even considering that, I'll get more than 110 kilometers out of this wheel riding it at 40-45 kilometers per hour. Crazy stuff. And now think this way. This is a piece of tech that gives you around 100 kilometers of range that fits in the trunk of your car and that you can use as an extension to basically anything if you need to explore some new places that are not available on the car. It's capable for off-roading, and a lot of people use them on different trails. You are able to see a lot in a span of a day in comparison with just walking. No need to say that this thing is very fun to ride, providing the closest experience to flying that you can get now. You feel that you're basically floating over the ground. And this is it about reviewing this wheel, and my final thoughts are pretty simple. This is a great wheel, this is a great way for transportation. It has amazing performance, great range, great speed. It's very stable at high speed, and it's very maneuverable and nimble at low speeds. You basically don't feel this weight of 35 kilos at all when you ride the wheel. Even for slower speed you don't feel it at all. I would choose to disagree with a lot of people who say that you feel the weight at lower speed. Probably it really depends on your own weight, but for me it's almost perfect wheel. So this is my review. If you like it, consider liking this video for YouTube algorithms. I would appreciate it. If you don't like it, there is a dislike button as well. Subscribe, because who would subscribe if it's not you, right? Okay, thank you very much for watching. See you later.